CD side, we really didn't get an opportunity to see anything apart from the pistol round, right? So let's see what they have in store for us. I, for one, I'm just hoping it's going to be one close-up here.
Yeah, and again, right, say you get a good CT side, you get 6, 7, 8 rounds, you know, I wouldn't even say that's necessarily bad in this kind of matchup for Envy. You go over to the T side, yeah, okay, we didn't see a lot earlier, but they would have a lot more confidence, I imagine, right? When you're playing up against arguably the best team in the world, FaZe, you know, definitely up there in the top 3 at the very least, you know, and you're 7-0 down, you're probably not confident until you're probably just not feeling it. So, yeah, Envy here, they know they can win this game, it's doable. Yes, G2 are the clear favourites for this best of 1, but let's never count Envy out in this kind of matchup. I'm just going to sit back and relax and watch the game. And you should too. We're straight into the pistol round here. Envy kicking things off on the CT side of Cash and G2 on the T side. Let's have a look at the buys and see what G2 will be going for. There's utility on Kenny. And Bonnie's already thrown his pistol away, so maybe we'll have some raid bosses. Who knows?
Ooh. It's been a while, right? Like, yeah, you do see Nico going for the Deagle buys, obviously, but it's... we don't usually see the Tech 9 raid boss anymore, obviously, due to the nerf. But Bonnie has a P250. Has been dropped over by Kenny S. It's going to be Haji. He's going to be charging out towards A mains, all by notes. It's a pretty heavy presence coming out from Envy towards the A bomb side. They have 2 players playing towards quads. They have Haji's push his way all the way towards Locker, so that's given him a pretty good, advantageous positioning. And Scream just jumping around towards white box, towards highway. He spots out Apex towards mid. So just trying to play the info game here and rotate towards A whenever it is needed. He's taking the fight with Apex, and Apex just charging out towards the vents. Happy towards heaven or it B. So they look like they're going to be playing retake towards B, where they don't have a kit to work with though. But in the meantime, it looks like it's going to be an A play coming out, and here comes Body getting the first kill, but Scream replies.
Ooh, RPK back on the quad, quick shot to the head of MBK as well. There's a second man here that they're not aware of, that's Keo. So even if RPK does go down, there'll be a second one for G2 to deal with. This looks like a really good pistol so far for Envy, and there we go. The surprise factor, Keo peeks out, and him and Scream will clean it up. Only Kenny left stuck in the corner in a 1-on-3. They may not know where he is, but they're about to work out. Happy pulls in. And that'll be Envy taking that pistol round. So finally something going their way. Their second round of the day.
Second round of the day, indeed, right? I mean, it's crazy. This is the second map they're playing, and it's literally the second round of the day. They did win the... did they win the pistol? I don't think they won the pistol, did they? I don't remember.
I don't want to comment because it was so long ago and I wiped it from my memory.
Anyway, G2, they don't get the bomb down, so it's going to be a force fight coming out. It's a Deagle in the hands of Apex, and it's going to be, by the looks of it, a faster play towards A, where Haji is boosted up on top of the A side red. He's got Happy as well, playing towards a forklift, and Scream is close by with the MP9 of his, but they have 2 smokes, no flashbangs to pop their way out, and Body's going to be sneaking in towards Squeaky. So it is going to be the A hit coming out, but Haji, this positioning is very rough. If he gets double peeked out, there's no one to trade for him, no one to immediately like help him out, you know, just run this duel. And here it comes. It's going to be Apex opening things up. He finds one Happy with a quick return, but they have got control of the site. Happy trying to find something, goes to the spray, finds Body, but the bomb does get planted. It is still a 3v3, but Envy and Apex, they strike simultaneously, and now Kiyoshima and RPK left alone in a 2v3. However, Kenny S on 5 HP. Oh, it's a little rough indeed.
RPK just naded himself down to 50 from 100 health as well, so that's a bit awkward. Cut his health in half as now Envy coming in for the retake. They need quick kills. Keo starts things off. Apex is dead, and the upgrade, I guess, to the MP9 as they try to clear the close corner. Kenny S is there, and Keo is going to jump on through. Envy will find the retake, but by the skin of their teeth. And RPK, there's just enough time, I think, on that defuse. He should have it in the bag. Yes.
That was close.
Too close.
Too close for comfort. They look a little scared or envious, right? They managed to clutch it out with 3v2. Great work from Kiyoshima to get that pick onto A-main to the retake, but I think they lost too many guns for their own comfort. This round, it's going to be just Glocks, or maybe a couple of, Deeks, a couple of P250s coming out from the G2 Esports, but they have no Kevlar apart from the one on Apex, so this should be a round that EnVyUs should be looking to win without losing any players here, or at the worst, it's losing that one UMP, which is in the hands of Haji. That's what G2 does here. They have no utility, so they will have to just go for contact plays. They're playing passively, they're looking, they're waiting for aggression, they're expecting aggression from EnVyUs, but EnVyUs, they're pretty happy just playing passively. Kiyoshima getting the opening kill, picking up Mixwell, and I do believe he got that.
Now with advantage, starting to just sit back and relax, happy, going to be joining the tally with another kill. Just dropping them one by one as they try and boost their way up into mid. G2 just getting free haircuts here. Apex giving out some as well. Scream going to go down. So EnVy starting to realise they should be a little bit more careful because, again, G2, even with pistols, are still going to be a threat. RPK up and Squeaky and Apex still on this boost, just looking for anything he can. RPK firing off shots back, and yeah, this is just a bit of a messy scrap here in middle. As soon as they can get rid of Apex, that's kind of the thorn in their side gone. MBK's not got armor to play with. Apex, at least, not being fully committed to by any of the MB players. I like that. They play kind of passive enough that they have the information, but also they're not peeking wide enough that they are going to get picked by the Deagle. No commitment to Jules, no giving away of the mid control at the very least. Waiting for Apex to show his full body, not just the tippy top of his forehead. Now as MBK tries to come out of the squeaky door, he goes down. Apex going to follow in suit as well. There's 15 seconds. He probably wants to die at this point, and RPK will, well, give him his gift. 3-0 now for EnVy. G2 coming in with a bye.
Haji, very nick of time picking up the M4, so they did just lose the UMP and one rifle, so EnVy, all things considered, should be pretty happy with this. Pretty solid start overall, 3-0. And for G2, here comes the guns, the big green gun in the hands of Mr. Kenny S. Where does he go with this? So far, we haven't really seen anything crazy from EnVyUs. It's not been too aggressive. They've been playing pretty passively overall, but it's a switch up here. You see RPK and Happy both doubling up, and they're going to be aggressing out towards mid. They might be looking for the counter boost. Question is, Apex is ready and waiting. He's going to be expecting some aggression to come out from EnVyUs here, and Happy should be very, very careful if he gets spotted out. Perfect read from Apex, but Happy does find Kenny S in the meantime, so before he gets taken on. Haji, in the meantime, finding the NBK, and all of a sudden things have turned.
Yeah, EnVy in a very good position right now. They have no need to really take mid. They can just give it up. RPK instantly falling out of the connector as well, going back towards the site. EnVy can Scream to deal with that instead, because EnVy, they can just play the sites, give away the mid control, make sure you have the lockdown on highway and the vents, but in the meantime, that's awkward, because Apex has just found another entry kill. Haji's been killed on A, and while G2 won't commit because they're so split up, they will at least have the pressure now on EnVy, because they move both players back towards that A bomb site, leaving just Kiyoshima alone down on B, exactly where G2 hit the bomb, coming up through the B main, the man splitting in through vents, that's body. So now, Kiyo going to be calling for reinforcements, some rotations needed. They'll run right through the Molotov, he lines them up, but he only gets one, and the trade going to favour G2 as now they have control of the site and the bomb down.
That was so unfortunate for Kiyoshima, right? That Molotov was a little too deep. He could have instead done way more damage. With the bomb down, Mixwell in the site, he is trapped. The bomb isn't exactly planted for body. Molotov's going to flush out Mixwell. This is a rough spot for great flashbang as well. However, RPK not peeking out to take the fight, and Mixwell thinks with headshot, he's going to get found out by RPK. It's all in body, who's down to 7 HP. And bear in mind, like I mentioned, the bomb isn't really planted for him, and it's going to be RPK dropping from above, from the heavens. He gets the kill, and Scream has got a kid as well. He will be able to get the defuse. And actually, my bad, the bomb was planted for him. I think my audio is a little messed up. I thought it was planted for a headshot, but there we go. 4 rounds in a row for EnVy. Yes, they do suffer a few casualties. The money is still being kept honest by G2, but the bomb plan allowing G2 to go for kind of a French-esque buy, so to speak. 2 AK, 2 CZs Galil. And 5 Molotovs. Okay, that's a lot of investment in the Molotovs. Interesting.
See what they got. What they've got planned for it at least. You can do a few molly setups through Sunroom onto B, or maybe they just want to fully clear out the checkers, make sure the Team EnVy have no control there. G2 going to go very quick as well already. Presence shown by Mixwell, he won't actually commit to the duel. But now they're going to start to. G2 piling through the smoke. It's Kiyoshima in the corner, got 1. RBK defending from the back of the site as well. And Team EnVy, they're putting up all the kills required. In fact, no deaths just yet. Kenny gets 1. And EnVy, they just keep it clean. 5 alive, 5 rounds on the board. The Frenchies here, they are doing a very good job, and it's not G2 that you would expect in this kind of game. EnVy, flawless so far in terms of rounds. Things are starting to get scary for G2. Again, we know EnVy's T side isn't the strongest on this map, but if they can lead off with a very strong CT side player, they're going to be set up perfectly for that second half.
Absolutely, and I love what Kiyoshima did there. He's being a problem for G2 at the moment. The way he played around the smokes that the T's are deployed towards checkers, great work from him, just trying to stay alive, setting the crossfire with RPK. And currently RPK and Kiyoshima, they're just holding on to this B bomb site very, very well indeed. And for G2, it's going to be pistols and armor coming out. It is max loss bonus kicking in, but that's of course not enough, considering they didn't get the bomb down. So, boosted up. First time we're seeing him in this position, so they might not be expecting it. Scream taking the fight with NBK. It's always risky as a deagle perforating the door and tagging on Scream to 14 points of health. So they should be a little bit wary of this. In the meantime, G2, the remaining players, are slowly marching out towards mid. And Happy, he knows this, he's going to fall back.
Yeah, he's just been chased out. Luckily he gets around the corner in time, but he's got another man to deal with, that being NBK. Quick work of him, so now Envy back in control. G2 going to be boosting back over the other way. Mixwell climbing towards main, so G2 do want to hit this A bomb site right now. And Happy is going to try and contest it as well. He gets one, but he's a bit too aggressive for his liking. Body will finish him off, and a gun gifted over to G2, but it still shouldn't be a huge issue. We have a pretty bolstered defense on this A bomb site. Hachi on the boost, Scream on MBK, and Hachi's already opened up. There's only one man left, and Hachi's just going to fall straight out. He knows he's left side main, doesn't need to commit to the duel. And while he goes down at least, Scream will trade. Keeping 3 alive for Envy. They'll be happy once again, keeping things fairly clean. G2 gets some damage with the pistols, but it's nothing too damaging, as now they have rifles themselves and the AWP for Kenny. But a tactical pause for G2 before we continue.
I think my audio's like dying out.
Yeah, you're still robot voice. No judgment. It suits you as well. I like it. It's not even necessarily bad. It's just different. Goodbye, Blair. We'll get him back in just a second. Either way, going back on in. G2 with the buy to buy. And Envy, like, they've not built up a huge amount of cash considering they're 6-0 up. Yes, we have a couple of players on 5k, but if we really look at this money, like, by and large, Envy are not sitting too safe at the moment. They've taken a couple of casualties every round. So got to be very careful moving forward if they want to continue this streak, because it could only be 1 or 2 buy rounds away before they have to go to eco.
So hopefully things are fixed out for me.
Yeah.
Technical issues, nothing you can do about it sometimes, but yeah, here we go. 6-0, and they've gone for the full buy for Kenny, yes. Ooh, NPK tagging on Scream, not taking too much of damage though. And I like what EnVyUs are doing, Hugo. Like, I like how they're mixing things up a little bit. It's not as extreme as the way FaZe had, like, complete retake plays towards B, towards A bomb side, like 3 players is boosting up towards mid. But at least the way they're playing right now, they're not really relinquishing any complete control of the map, right? You have Kiyoshima just peeking out towards B mains, ensuring there's no one sneaking up. Then you have Happy playing towards white box, towards highway, doing a pretty decent job just gathering information. And even if he gets pushed back, he's falling back. He's not really committing to a fight. So they're doing a pretty good job with the information plays right now. Are EnVyUs, but G2 just need to find an opening. They have a lot of utility remaining, and I think they've done a pretty good job so far, just drawing out the utility from EnVyUs. Because if you look at it, they have 2 incendiaries remaining, 1 on Kiyoshima and 1 on RPK. Still 43 seconds on the clock. So G2 can kind of go for an execute here.
Oh, they take mid though, but the boost in vents from RPK will catch them out, as well as a double peak coming in from Team Envy. They just take so many gunfights down middle all at the same time. There's nothing that G2 can do about that. Hachi just falls out. Happy leaves the highway. And Scream is going to get out of middle as well, go back towards the B side, which is the right call to make considering G2's current position. 20 seconds. Got to move fast. Kiroshima's still in the checkers. I think they may have spotted the barrel of his rifle. No, they have no idea. Kiyoshima can just completely tear this round apart. There's one, dropping the bomb, looking for more, but it's Scream putting them on the floor. Envy, 7-0 player. And with 4 alive, now these problems that I was talking about in the previous round with money maybe coming back to haunt them, it's going to keep building. Envy have cash. They've got 7k now on 2 players, 3k on others. G2 calling in another pause, 2 of 4 already used. They're running out of options.
They're really running out of options. This is very, very, very scary for G2. Like, if you look at Kenny's, Mixwell and NBK, they have 3 frags combined. I know, it's not only about the frags, but this is a very rough start indeed. Even Apex, some of the kills he got, he got a couple of kills on the eco rounds, but not many of them were that impactful, so to speak. And apart from just in 1 or 2 rounds, it hasn't really looked even close the way EnVyUs are closing out some of these rounds. And it's kind of obvious the money as well, like I mentioned, 7k, and Kiyoshima and Happy after having gone for the buys. So G2, max loss bonus, bomb not getting planted means the utility is once again going to be a little sparse. They have a Galil in the hands of Kenny. AKs all around, but something needs to click here. Things are looking very dangerous for the G2 side, and bear in mind, those who are just tuning in, might not be aware of what the format is. This is the elimination game. One of these teams are going to go home, and for G2 to go home to EnVyUs would be, I don't know what to say.
Shambles. It'd be a failure. This should not
be happening.
You know,
Yes.
I don't even want to bash on Envy. G2 should be winning this game. So this is a huge upset so far. Of course, we're only 7 rounds in. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. G2 could certainly easily pull this back. Well, not easily pull this back, but could certainly pull this back. But at this point in time, things are looking very terrifying for G2 because this is a game they win almost every single time. On paper, they have the better team.
Absolutely.
But now,
and the fact you mentioned, like, this is terrifying, is the fact that they're not able, the rounds are not being closed. They're getting completely shut down on multiple rounds here. It's not like they've figured out an opening in this EnVyUs hold. And EnVyUs doing a pretty good job. Happy, not aware, or maybe he is. He's... Perfect flashbang, and that's going to be NPK looking for 2, but RPK, 3 kills for him. That is huge from RPK. How is he still alive? How is he not taking a point of damage? Mixwell, as I say, it finally takes him down, but is now alone in a 1v3.
Yeah, massive work from RPK. That Ben's position he's been using so much this map. You hope G2 will catch on to that. Now Mixwell's going to pull out a clutch, the new boy to the block, up against the Frenchies running on into the site. He's got 3 men here, 1 to deal with at least on base. We need to isolate that kill as soon as possible. Kiyoshima not coming to the duel. He's got his back turn. Kiyo's played him like a fool, and there's the 1 tap to finish off the round. Envy with 8-0.
That was so perfectly played by Kiyo. He gave no chance whatsoever for Mixwell to pull off anything miraculous that round. And G2, again, they don't get the bomb down, Hugo. This time it's got to be some pistols and armor coming out, I'm quite sure. But Envy is still looking so very solid. Just 1 casualty the previous round. And that was RPK after a beautiful 3K, by the way. Actually, Happy did die as well. And now we have the AWP coming out, and it's in the hands of Happy, who we know can be quite dangerous with the AWP. And he's been doing a great job over at mid, by the way. It's not easy to hold cash mid on a CT side all by alone, but he's been doing a great job delaying them, gathering information. He spotted a player as well. I think he spotted the shoulder out of a player who was boosted up. And I do believe that is Apex. He's got a deagle. They're hitting some shots. Happy is very aware where he is at the moment.
Ooh, missing the opening though. Envy still have a 3-man A setup now with Happy leaving that mid control, but G2 have already come in with a big flashbang. Blinded Hachi and Scream going to finish him off for the tees. Scream does follow up with 2 more frags, so it keeps it in check. And again, G2 only have pistols, but now with 2 guns down on the site, an opportunity presents itself. Will they go and retrieve them? Kenny certainly does. The second one moving in as well. So Apex now with an AK. G2 looking threatening on this A site, but RBK coming in for the retake. Molly in towards Forklift, and RBK with 2 frags. The tank is in action. It's moving fast. Apex is going to move fast himself, but he only gets 1. As RBK 3 kills in the round, he does not want to go home today. 9-0 for Envy.
What a time! What a time for him to come alive, right?
Yeah. What a time. I think as well, that was the first AWP we've seen pulled up from Envy today. That round. I'm pretty sure they didn't have it once against FaZe.
Yeah, I don't think they had the money either, so...
Eco buy.
G2... Ooh. I won't lie, it's gonna be a very, very, very big upset if EnVyUs pulls the one off. They are the one team who, to be honest, I think like teams like Tyloo and even Valiance had a better upset potential than EnVyUs coming into this tournament, right?
Yeah.
And after the first showing on against FaZe, you felt like, yeah, this is it. They're pretty much out of the tournament. But whoever they face off against Cloud9 or Happy wins the duel against Kenny S. G2, the spy has not started off on the right foot, and it's not been going good for them at all.
And that's not a duel that you usually expect to be won by Happy as well, but still it will happen. Hadji, in response, is traded by NBK from the duel. He's been shooting through that every round. I'm glad he's finally got something out of it. Mixwell in the meantime as well with his own AWP, picking it up from Kenny S will drop Kiyoshima. So now, G2, with a man advantage. Now with an opportunity to break this winning streak from Envy and finally come in with a round. It needs to happen here. They can't afford to keep leaving it. G2 slow the pace down, Envy split up with a 1-1-1 setup. And this is dangerous because, again, if they lose these 1v1 duels like they just did on Scream, there's no one to trade. And with the mid player going down, that allows G2 to even set up for a split play, although they'll probably just stay fairly grouped. MBK throws all his utility towards the A site, but it's only a fake. Happy gets the shot. RBK cannot afford to rotate off this site, though, because this is the real execute. 30 seconds left up. He can't afford to start throwing in utility and get caught with his pants down, so he files up with a rifle. There's one. Now Happy is alone in a 1-on-2.
This is the first proper opportunity, maybe the second one that G2 have had to at least get one round here. And it's all unhappy. With the AWP, not the best gun for a 1v2 retake. Body above and Happy tries to go for the no-scope. Unfortunately, it will not land for him. Body will get the frag, and G2 Esports finally get the first round on board after what has felt like forever.
Yeah, but the question is now, do they get reset, right? Because they had 2 players surviving. EnVy, of course, have the money to buy up. But if they find this round now, G2 will be back down to pistols, and the game could just fall apart there for G2. I mean, if it hasn't already. That's why they're calling it tactical here. The 3rd so far of the game for them, 11 rounds in. So G2 realising the implications that this round possesses, and they really don't want to lose it here, because that would be a massive blunder. Luckily for them, though, EnVy actually don't have a huge amount of cash built up. After one single round lost, they're only another one away from having to eco themselves. So it's pretty important for both teams they win it, but the pressure really is off EnVy at this point because of the 9-round streak. However, 2 orbs per team, not too bad.
Alright.
As you do.
4 ops in the server. On a
And Keo taking it as well. We've seen Hadji been AWPing on EnVy from time to time, but Happy and Hadji have been those AWP players. Keo on the AWP, that's something I've not seen in a while.
Yeah, he's going to be facing up against Kenny S. Kenny S rattles off a shot through the smoke. And Keo, he's been a rock with this B bomb site. This time around, though, he's got no RPK to bail him out if G2 do decide to push him. EnVyUs, they've gambled a lot in this A bomb site. 3 players. There is Hanchi, there is Scream, both playing from forklift. RPK, flashbang primed and ready. So, just looking at his flash, it looks like they would be looking to go for an aggressive peek. Hanchi might just, peek into its A mains perhaps, just try and get an initial pick. But I do agree with you, Hugo, that the pressure right now is on G2. But if they win this round, they pretty much break the economy of EnVyUs. And here comes a flash, the double peek comes in. They're not going to find anyone, though. But G2 just gather. This get one of his A mains.
Oh, messy round up in main, and Kenny S and Body going to find the kills. Team EnVy now left is just 3, but RPK's at the back of the site, and he's got the power of more than just a solo man. He finds the first, damage to the second as well, as Kenny S is put down to 1. And RPK just trying to survive through all of these flashbangs and all of the nades thrown in. He'll eventually fall. It's just Happy out of nowhere as Mixwell found his kill in the meantime in middle. So Team EnVy now just left to 1, but Happy's not done just yet. First kill's Kenny. With that, I think he'll fall off. He realises that at this point, G2 have got the round and EnVy have not got the money to be contesting this. Now, we could see G2's resurgence. This is where it definitely should happen if it's going to happen at all, because they put EnVy down to pistols. It gives G2 the opportunity to a 3rd. It's just, now the question for me is, do EnVy buy it here? Because they have barely any money. They should probably eco, but you never know. They may want to buy around this one AWP.
Especially when they're feeling confident, right? They might just go for it, and as we've said this many times already. I mean, it is a tendency from the French teams to just try and push their luck, even though the money might not be looking great. So it looks like I do believe they will go for the buy here. The big problem here is although they're 9-2 and Happy. Will he survive? Yes, he will. So nice little cheeky pick onto Mixwell. Not going to really affect the economy for G2 that much. It's still going to be able to buy very convincingly. But 2 ops have been taken out of the picture post that round. And for Happy, they've called for attack pause. I like this from EnVyUs, taking things slow, deciding whether to go for the force buy or rather just eco things out. Kio's already bought up some Kevlar, so I'm assuming, just thinking, they might just go for the force buy here. But we mentioned this earlier, Hugo. EnVyUs' T side was non-existent on cash against FaZe. So
yeah.
They should not be feeling complacent, even though they have 9 rounds on board.
No, not at all. If they bring the same T side up against G2, I don't see this being a free win for EnVy or even a win at all. Like, we need something from EnVy. They can't afford to just pug that second half the same way they did. Question is, how many rounds do they have to get? We're about to find out, because we're going to see whether G2 can rack up a streak of their own, bring this to maybe a 9-6 half. Definitely the opportunity for a 3rd here with a very limited buy from EnVy. We in fact have Keo with a armoured USP, pistol round all over again here. And Happy with his own AWP getting aggressive in main, but Kenny's on the other side. He was scoped and ready. Shot found. A Scream going to try and run away, but G2 spot him. They try and chase him down, but Scream hits another shot. Another one coming up from Scream. A 3rd! Scream is shutting down this A-bomb site, and Hadji will even grab a kill with a P250. Even when G2 have EnVy on pistols, they can't seem to win the round.
A all the people, Scream picks up the off, and 3 huge kills from him. He's still going for the wall bang. Now, they should get ahead of themselves. Mixwell is still a very dangerous player, but now from a 1v4, he's picked up a C4. He could find Haji here. Spot on Haji. Great shot from him, but Kiyoshima is there for the immediate trade. EnVyUs win around. They had no business winning off the one solitary AWP, the one rifle they had. And that too, Happy didn't get the pick with Scream. Of all the people, 3 great shots from him, just shutting things down. And G2, they're going to be shattered after that.
Yeah, how do you come back from losing that round? Do tell me. You force. That's exactly what G2 are doing. They didn't even get damage to EnVy Economy, who won an eco. And G2 still got to buy up. This is the most French buy I've seen in a while. Let's have a look. We are on cash after all. Where else? They set up for A smokes, big surprise. There's no big sight here for G2. They want to go quickly off the back of the spawn. Happy shooting through the smoke. It's Hachi lining up some kills, and he will drop Apex and the bomb. Hachi with more. It's actually Happy killing him through the door. And BK dead, and Happy's an AWPer now. He's just destroying G2. There's nothing Mixwell can do now, stuck in a 1-on-4. He will find a dig, but surely that's it.
Let's never forget that Happy was a very dangerous AWPer once upon a time. A long, long time ago. But he seems to have found his form, and what a time. G2, they are in a rough spot indeed. Mixwell, 3-3, and Kiyoshima, beautiful pre-fire there, rips his head clean off his shoulders, 11-2. And bear in mind, it was a force buy, and now G2, they just got to go for an eco here so they can at least eke out a half-decent buy in the final round. But EnVyUs, this is a huge opportunity for them to get to 12 rounds on a CT side of cash, and Hugo, this is it happening?
It is happening. I think it is happening. Look at this. It's a full eco. It's Glocks and PT50s. This is most definitely happening, Blair. There's nothing G2 have in this round. EnVy, at the very least, will get a 12th here. And hey, 13th on the horizon is a possibility as well. G2 really need a bomb plant. They really need that extra money to try and work. Just give them everything they want in that final round. Their buy will be pretty good considering, the fact that they're getting stopped anyway, but just that extra bomb plant would boost their money that little bit. But Hachi, he doesn't want to give it away to them. 3 kills on the site. Kenny S wraps. Hachi finds it. Maybe the ace, but he has to switch to the pistol. And MBK finally takes him down. But hey, 4 kills will do.
Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. 4 kills. Yeah.
How about 11 rounds?
That's pretty decent as well. As NBK, he's trapped in the side. There's no need for any of the CTs to really peek him, and he is trapped. Scream, playing it safe. HP, and perfect peek from Scream. Perfect timing as well. Although it was a little bit risky, but doesn't really matter. 12-2, ladies and gentlemen. EnVyUs are steamrolling G2 right now, and for G2, this is it. Final round of the first half. I mean, even if they win this round, 3 rounds in the T-side of cash. Yeah, I don't know. This is what's with these one-sided games we can play, apart from the NIP SK matches.
What have we had then? Like a 16-1, a 2 16-4s.
Yes.
This, which is so far looking like a stomp, and that one close game. We've not been getting lucky here.
Well, EnVyUs are coming alive. They're going to be very happy about this. However, Happy's been picked up. Finally, will fall. Kiyoshima rattling off a shot. And the tank. He's trying to find something towards B mains, try and get back. Actually gets the trade rather on the body, but Kenny, yes, finds him. And now it's a 2v3. So G2 can at least try and get 3 more rounds. Haji, however, finding NBK means it's all in Kiyoshima alone. Switches over the CZ, and he's going to get beat by Apex. A double peek. Perfect peek from Kenny. It's a beautiful shot. The ripping his head clean off his shoulders as Haji will now be left in a 1v2. EnVyUs should at least get this round.
Haji with a big nade though. Kenny dead and now coming in from the heaven. G2. They need this round so badly. Apex has to try and hold on to it. He is just going to decide to jump on the bomb. Apex chases it through the flames, and he will find the frag, allowing G2 to pick up their third.
G2, not really G2, and playing against potentially one of the worst teams, at least form-wise, coming to this tournament, right? And the small little thing I want to point over Haji over there. The second he tossed in a Molotov, I was a little surprised to got a flashbang, because one would expect Apex to just come charging into the flames to try and take the fight, or else he would have pretty much lost a round. So, small little mistake I'd say Haji made, but overall 12-3, right? I mean, this is huge from EnVyUs. I did not expect this. Like, we were talking about this right before this matchup. We were like, yeah, this should be pretty easy for G2, but EnVyUs have come out kicking, punching, everything, and for G2, one player in double digits, that's not a good sign at all.
Yeah, and of course it's Apex. The best, you got to win pistol. You got to win pistol, but yeah, even then, I think you're asking a lot for G2. The only positive is what we've been saying all day. EnVyUs T-side on this map, we've not seen anything. Versus FaZe, it was horrid. They got one round, and we did not see anything in terms of depth. But hey, 12-3 up. I'm sure they're confident. I'm sure they can do it. Let's have a look. Happy's on the D, Scream's on the utility. G2 are on the A site with 3 players as EnVy set up for this execute. Though RBK holding the back of B means EnVy aren't committed just yet. They're taking their sweet time. With these smokes, the smoke and flash, at least for Scream, to try and pop them into this A site, all it's really going to do is cut off the car, and there's no one on the car, so not a massive loss for G2. Let's see, door open, EnVy starting to show presence.
This is a little bit of a different approach from EnVyUs compared to their T-pistol against FaZe, right? They had those utilities to work with, was for the A-bomb, so they just went for a full commit. And this time, you can see they've switched it up. RPK is actually watching for the B push, which was the flank that completely destroyed them against FaZe, right? So I like that small little thing. They have evolved their T-pistol a little bit. They've made mistakes against FaZe. And it's going to be Happy with the Deagle. A very famous pair is looking for more, but Apex will win the duel all the way down to half HP, and he will make his escape towards back of quads.
Bomb. Look at it. Look at the bomb. It's in B. EnVy have completely sold the fake. G2 even rotated out. Kenny S trying to fire off shots from the CT spawn, but he got smoked off. That was all an elaborate fake for EnVy. And frankly, they sold me, and I have the mini-map. G2 forced out of the bomb site. They've even got a man to deal with on the back line. That's Keo just constantly harassing them. Mixwell dead. A free USP to upgrade to. And now G2, they're sandwiched in between. Kenny S is just going to push right up to the B site, try and get these big kills. And he starts it off. RBK's been dropped. Second man at the back of the site, but he's not ready for it. Scream misses his shots, and Keo now stuck in the clutch. He's done some damage, but he's going to need 4 kills to win the round. And Kenny S is already on the defuse. A 10-second defuse. He's sticking it. And I think he has the time to do it as well. Keo is too preoccupied. Body won't die, out of ammo, and that's the round won by G2. They're back in the game.
They're back in the game, indeed. A huge hero play coming from Kenny S. He knew Kiyoshima was at the back, so he just pushed in. He didn't wait around for Kiyoshima to get the flank on, and he just went in. 2 great kills. Although I'm not sure who the player was for EnVyUs in the side. I think he should have got that kill to Kenny S, because he was not looking at him, and he had the Glock at that range. So a little bit of a mess up from EnVyUs, but G2, they needed that pistol round. As cliche as it sounded, they needed a pistol round, and they managed to convert it. And for EnVyUs, of course, they get the bomb down, but they don't care. They're going to go for the full spy. Oh yeah, here we go.
No surprise there. They've got the rounds to play with at the very least, and with one man close on A, G2 got to be very worried. MBK's already running back to the car just in case, because he heard the footsteps in main earlier on. That smoke going down. Will they push it? I'm going to go with a yes. Straight on through. MBK lining them up, and he does knock 2 down, but flashed out of the position. Actually getting aggressive. The reload comes in time, and that's the bomb. Oh, EnVy. Oh, they say Danish CS is a drug, but wait till you see the French, because that is a big blunder. Luckily enough, it shouldn't matter too much. Scream does get a kill before he dies, but even so, EnVy can afford to throw away this round. They've got plenty more to play with.
I'm not sure what Haji was thinking, running in to take the fight with the C on his back.
It made sense.
Maybe he didn't notice it.
It made sense. They flashed him, he went for the fight, he just didn't know he had the bomb.
Yeah, he didn't know he had the bomb, that's the thing. So, a little bit of confusion. They're happy, just waiting, biding his time, making G2 overthink things, and, just have their attention diverted before he goes for a play here. It's very low indeed. And I think Mix was spotted. Yes, he did. And Apex is actually going to steal the frag away from him. 5 rounds of G2. The climb. It starts. It begins. Here you go. Question is when or if they'll falter.
I don't want to say when or if, I really don't know, but let's just follow this journey. Let's see what G2 can do here on the CT side. At least in this round, I'm fairly confident, because again, EnVy really don't have anything to play with. The Deegan 3 PT50s. Well, we've seen a couple of these rounds won today. I don't think this is the game for that to happen. Not with the weaponry G2 currently possess. MBK in the corner, known as MBK, in fact. Big surprise there.
NBK squared.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if he can find some damage from the position. See why it's called this spot. Hadji going for the peak. MBK making contact, but he can't find the shot. There it is. Damage done, but he gets digged in the process by these blocks. Doesn't seem to matter. 3 kills from him. Pretty good spray, I'd say.
I think he even got that 3rd kill through his teammate, but yeah. Great hold from NBK at NBK, showing why that spot is called, is named after him. EnVyUs though, here comes the buy. There won't be any AWPs this time around, and to be honest, considering they don't really have a dedicated AWPer, and the AWPing dude is a juggle between Hadji and Happy, I was actually surprised when I went for the dual op setup earlier on CT side, right? So I'm not surprised that they haven't opted to go for the AWP. It's going to be 5 rifles. Why not? They still have a pretty substantial lead, 12-6. And G2 is going to be the first proper challenge on the CT side after the pistol round. It's going to be guns versus guns. And I like this aggression coming out from G2 here over it.
Mixwell pushed up with the SMG, but they are going to be coming over the boost potentially, which could be a slight issue. For now, though, they're just holding main. Scream falls off his boost position. Actually, a stop call. No one's taken damage, so that should be fine. Someone's crashed, and I imagine everyone's going to be cancelling this round, no problem. So, luckily enough, no one got damaged. There was a crash on, I'm not sure whose side. I think it was it EnVy side? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, EnVy, because they're a T side. So EnVy called the stop. We'll be waiting for that, get that sorted out, go back into the game.
Happy crashed, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to ask you now, Blair, while we have this moment, do you believe?
Listen, Hugo. All right. You guys sitting happily over in EU, you